Yeah, what's good, yo? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where, as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. I'm your host for tonight, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative, and as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what it do, man? Jesus Shuttleworth the God, aka the GOAT artist, aka LB, lot of dead boss. You know what it is, ringgangradio.com in the building. See, I'm already fucking up. It's a long day today. Pizza Wars is out now.
Yes, sir.
Make sure Pizza Wars is out now. Look at that tag. Pizza Wars is out now. It's a little 6-minute, 30-second cartoon that just, we just vibing, having fun, discussing what's the best toppings on a pizza. It's animated. We got some nice guests out here. We got Ring Gang family. Got my nigga Key Soprano from Jersey.
Yes,
Tunnel
sir.
Gang in the building. Got Nika in this bitch. Miss Broccoli, what it do? Salute.
Yes,
and just the timing so right, because Shorty was cooking and had broccoli out. I seen the post, so that. I just know we just on it. I had to tell her, like, yo, fuck, like this. I knew I had the right person for this shit.
Hell yeah.
And can't forget my man Johnny Rice, heavyweight contender who's going to get a knockout in his next fight. So y'all stop fucking with him and get him that fight. I mean, 7 figures, baby. So let's go.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to everybody else in Ring Gang who put it down in the cartoon. Much love.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yo, Ring Gang in the house forever and always. As always, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, yo, what's good? You already know who this is. Your boy King P, Bodega, Bodega Box in the building. Ring Gang Radio all day. Let's go. Bodega's back, baby. You know what I'm saying? We had a little trip out west, but back east of the Bodega where I belong. You know what I'm saying? It feels good to be home. It's where I want to be, like Donnell Jones. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Man. Who's banned?
Oh, them Arizona Uber drivers, the worst. Y'all could never, ever, ever come to the Bodega. Like, y'all are the worst fucking Uber drivers ever. I thought Florida was bad. Arizona takes the cake.
Well, what's the problem, my nigga?
I'm glad Florida's not the worst in everything. Thank you.
Because these motherfuckers take way too long to get to come get me. Like, it'll say, because I be watching, and I be like, oh, well, it's like, this is supposed to be here, and then all of a sudden, y'all just stop, going detours and shit like that. Like, yo, like, where y'all went? Like, y'all took an extra 10 minutes to come get me. Like, what the hell is going on? Then, they drive mad slow. They don't even know where they're going. Like, I'm having to point them out to the Desert Diamond Arena. It's like, oh, I missed it. Like, it was right there. Like, I'm the visitor. If I'm telling you how to get to places in your city, there's an issue. Like, motherfucker, what's wrong with you? And this one old guy was basically on his phone the whole time. Like, he didn't have any setup for like the phone to look at the Google Maps. And the motherfucker's just with his phone on this side and just one hand and he's swerving. And I'm like, yo, like, chill. Like, let the road. If you're gonna
how many heart attacks you had?
I was at the brink of just screaming at motherfucker. He was an old dude. Dude was like 60-something years old. Like, bro, like, you driving a 1990 car, you don't got the proper setup for, like, please, like, don't get me killed. Yeah, that shit was annoying.
I guess next time we venture out there, you just might as well just rent a fucking car and drive yourself.
I do it twice. If I go to a city twice, I would try the second time. If I'm getting like horrible Uber drivers, that the second time around, that I know it's a horrible place for Ubering, and I'll just maybe rent something if it's cheap.
I mean, it might be a little different because you know how it goes, man. It might be a little different because it's the desert. Desert people might drive a little different. Florida has its own fuckery. Desert people is another thing, nigga. Like, it might just be. They might be driving with impunity out there where you see cactuses and shit.
But at least it's the whole desert. All the desert niggas drive the same. Florida drivers are all crazy, but different crazy in each region. So.
Oh, okay. And who else is banned? So I'm gonna just say this: when I went to the Desert Diamond Arena, they were selling all types of stuff, all types of food, and I went to the one spot because it had pizza. Since Pizza Wars is out now, saying go watch Pizza Wars. And these motherfuckers is talking about New York style pizza. Now, you know me from New York. I had to go see what's up. Okay, you know what I'm saying?
Oh boy.
Pizza.
Well, hold on, wait. Arrogant New Yorker tries Arizona pizza.
That's claimed from New York. Like, says New York style pizza. That shit was not New York style pizza. That was the most trash pizza oh my God. Like, y'all cannot be like, y'all are banned for the bodega for impersonation. Y'all cannot be
God damn.
You can fool them West Coast cats. You cannot fool a New Yorker. That is not New York style pizza. Get out of here.
That's so you don't fuck with Coyote Pizza, nigga?
I mean, no. Hell no.
I'm just saying.
I do not fuck that pizza. Like, that used to talk about it. Yeah, it is Coyote Pizza, because afterwards I'm eating it and I should just put a sign up that says "ouch," like Wile E. Coyote.
Okay, wait. All right. So we get some specifics. What were the 2 worst things about the pizza, so we could know? Like, all the Arizona niggas, you know, so people visiting, so we just know, like, what are the 2 things that just said, fuck this, like, y'all got this wrong and this wrong, done. Like, what was it?
Well, the cheese was trash. Like, it was thin ass fucking cheese and not very good. Like, I don't know, they overburnt the cheese. Yeah, that shit was
damn. Niggas gave you grade F cheese.
Yes, like, I don't know what cheese y'all was giving me, but that was not some good cheese.
It probably wasn't from a cow. That's the case.
Niggas gave you llama cheese, nigga.
Yeah.
Hey, what was the number 2 then?
And the crust, I was like, all right, this crust is way too, like, I'm not big on salt, like that was mushy crust, like Jello type crust. I'm like, what am I eating? This is at this point.
Yo,
it's not
what
even
in
pizza.
the did you take pictures of this?
No, I did not. I should have, but no.
God, this sounds like the worst fucking pizza I've ever heard in my life.
Yes,
Arizona, do better.
I mean, it sounds like you need a KO pectate after that. Jeez.
Deontay Jones, bring your ass in here, man. You got some fucking explaining to do, nigga. Coming here always talking about fucking Eagles and shit, nigga. Like, explain this pizza to this nigga.
Other than that, shout out to Arizona. It was a good time. Phoenix is a good city. Very collegey. But we'll get more into that. We'll talk about Phoenix more. But shout out to Phoenix.
Absolutely. And last but certainly not least, I got my other man with me. I'm going to let him introduce himself.
Hey, Let's Fly, it's Conscious Pilot, the West Coast Avenger, #1 contender, preparing for liftoff. Let's Fly, ring your radio, let's get it.
Yes, sir. You know, Conscious Pilot stays elevated above the clouds and shit. So, yeah, man, you know, this is, you know, we had a loaded weekend of boxing.
Hold on. Before we start, Blazing Killer, not gonna lie, Domino's does not clear the ball. Stop that.
Jesus.
I mean, if it clears Arizona pizza, I guess it's cool then.
I'm not gonna lie, there was a moment in time where Domino's was kind of killing it for a little bit. I ain't gonna lie.
Domino's ain't been hot since. Domino's had
a little sandy run real quick for a couple years. I ain't gonna lie.
They did. The niggas not lying. Dude, you remember the double melt pizza Domino's had?
Domino's ain't been hot since Fab was on top of the rack. What do we do?
Nigga, I'm saying, dude, I guess the time Pilot's talking about has to be like 2004, between 2004,
2005. Like,
yeah, there was a quick run they had. I'm not like there was
they had a little decent run, like about 2 years, 2.5 years.
I mean, they're not. I'm not saying they're bad, but they do clears. They do
not cleared. I don't know. Yo, Blazing Killer, you was on something, bro. Like, you blazing something.
And their breadsticks are trash. So no, they do not clear anything.
Yeah, no. Domino's hasn't had good pizza in a minute. Like, ever since they changed their sauce, because back in the day, I used to have. Cause my friend used to order the Dominator and shit like that. Like, that shit was.
Oh damn, I remember that.
Yeah, that shit was like, Domino's was really hitting for a minute. Like, every single time, like, my cousin would come over for a holiday, when I would always order like 3-4 boxes of pizza for us and shit like that. Like, the shit was an event, man. I love everything about.
If you're not gonna have if you're gonna have mid pizza, at least have great breadsticks. Yeah, you can't have so-so pizza and so-so breadsticks either. No, that's a horrible combination.
Yeah. Domino's in 2024, at least in the States, is probably trash. They may, who knows? I'll give it the benefit. They might be hitting overseas, but they not hitting in America. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, it's mid. Like,
right. Anyways, let's get back to this box.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You know, so we had a little weekend of boxing, and yeah, starting with Friday night, you know, where we had Jake Paul, you know, making his comeback after his first loss. Was it first loss? It was his first loss.
Yeah,
Nick Diaz already after that.
Yeah, Nick Diaz. He fought Diaz.
I kind of forgot about that goddamn fight.
Oh my!
No, Jake Paul is more active than your favorite boxers.
He is though, but when you have a lot of mid performances, they all kind of run together.
Like a mid-ass album. Like, damn, every song sounds the same.
Yeah, because you know this motherfucker. Like, if he's not knocking out an MMA fighter or a former athlete or whatever, his boxing is struggling. You know, but
he tried to move around on his feet and dance around and look like he's Sugar Shane Molina or somebody. Like,
right.
And I'm like, okay.
It also helps when basically the guy just looks like he came for a check.
Yeah, like, I ain't gonna lie, the dude clocked him with like a good right hand during one exchange, and so I kind of knew. I was like, damn, like, yeah, Jake Paul, he ain't gonna play with him no more after that one, because he tried to land it a second time. So I'm just like, all right, like, okay, like, but then it's like the dude was on some crouch, fake ass Montel Griffin shit,
bro.
So I can understand.
That was such a telegraphed uppercut, like, oh.
It was.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's why I was like, yeah, this shit ain't. Dude took a dive or whatever, like, because dude had extra. This dude had golden gloves and all this type of shit like that. He had real amateur. So you telling me that a Jake Paul elite uppercut finished him off like that? He didn't see that shit coming. I call bullshit.
Wasn't sharp. You know, it looked like it had some pop on it, but from the distance it landed, it don't look like it could have been something that would knock you the fuck out.
It looked like Jake Paul was trying his best to do he was doing his best Navarrete impersonation.
Yeah, exactly.
It definitely looked like a dive. I try not to, like, even though I feel like even that first Willie knockout was a dive, whatever, but I'm just saying that one definitely felt like a dive. That uppercut.
But it felt like Woodley really got cracked, though. I don't know. I can't really. The Woodley shot.
Woodley really got cracked.
He got cracked, bro.
He just
we talk about in the sense where you allow yourself to be in a position to get cracked like that, then maybe that's another conversation.
Yeah. Meanwhile, this guy, what's his name? August Ames, August Alsina. I don't even know his name.
Come on, rest in peace.
I don't even remember his name. But for a guy that supposedly won a lot of amateur tournaments in Texas,
he had a winning record.
Yeah.
He took the bag.
3-time Golden Gloves.
He took the bag. It's all good.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I say he took the bag. He took the bag.
Of course he took the bag. Of course he did. Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, goddamn, y'all can fool some of the people some of the times, but not all of the people all of the time. Like,
yeah, because like
that shit didn't look right. Like, I thought the Wilder, what's his name, Helenius shit was kind of was iffy, but this shit right here, like, at least we know Wilder could punch. I mean, Jake could crack too, but with uppercuts, like, we hardly ever seen this nigga throw uppercuts.
Yeah, and with Wilder, at least if you slow it down, you can also hear that the impact of Wilder's somewhat right hand landed. Like, let's see, I mean Wilder Malik Scott. Well, it landed partially, but Malik Scott just sat he didn't want no more. Like.
Yeah, cause remember, a part of the dive is not wanting to fight no more. Like, if it's believable enough to drop you, all you gotta do is just be angry, hit the canvas, do whatever, roll your eye, and niggas be like, God damn, he got him. Cause that nigga, he was really laying out there like he was the final boss of a SNK game. Like, this nigga was just couldn't move. I'm like, did this nigga really hit him that hard?
Yeah, like Malik Scott, that Wilder one, he got hit, but he stayed down. Like, he kept going up, but he didn't want no more. Like, that was
just like with Virgil Ortiz and Floyd. Like,
he
could have got up from that shit.
Yeah. I mean,
all these motherfuckers, man.
You said Victor Ortiz, not Virgil.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Victor. Apologies. I don't want Victor to hear this, but like, you compare me to him, motherfucker. Like you mix us up like the head case.
Yeah, but I mean, but in the end, it does what Jake Paul, because Jake Paul obviously wants to be a legitimate boxer. He wants to be a cruiserweight champion. And then yes, there's obviously and then the WBC is like adamant about getting Jake Paul a rating or ranking or whatever the fuck, so he gets close to actually being a legit champion, which would be an absolute travesty if he ever does become champion.
That's gonna be some high level corruption. It's like I fuck with dude, like he's good for the sport, but it's just like I don't know. I don't really see no improvement in this man game or anything.
No, it's not. He's not improving like
it's just he's like almost like a commodity. Like, yeah, I could bring out all these people and put them on a card and get them and get them some exposure. But yeah, I'm gonna have my bullshit fight too. And what happens. And I'm like, okay, but one day I guess somebody's not gonna take the bait and we'll get a real fight. Cause this shit just seemed kind of aki. That's all.
Yeah, no, it is but I mean, like I said, someone like it always happens. Someone will eventually not follow the script, and someone will lay a beating on Jake Paul. It happens from time to time. It always happens, man. Someone like a flash in the pan will get a total ass whooping.
At least get this dude a Campbell Hatton type fight. Like, yeah. You give us like an all-out war and make this motherfucker Jake Paul actually put some work in. Like, like Tyson, Tommy Fury tried to do that shit, but he ain't got the skills to do it enough.
Yeah. It's just pathetic though. But
there's a dive like not wanting to continue. A dive like not wanting to continue, and a dive in which you get paid to. No, dude, just like I'm just coming in. I just gotta get paid, and I ain't gonna put forth effort. Whatever.
He looked good. Like he put forth effort for that round. Like he had the stance. The thing is, he was just doing some shit where, like, he was kind of tipping it off, where he was going low for like no reason. He's like 6 feet away from Jake Paul, going low. So I'm like, okay. They trying to build a damn pattern here. I see what they're doing, and what do you know? This nigga throws an uppercut from 10, 20 feet away, and it hits this nigga.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sakib. I see you. Stop glaring, King P. You'll get wrinkles. Sorry, that's just how I look. Like I be having the wrinkle look. Shout out to About Nothing and Everything Pod, my boy Gusto. Salute to the gang. Big Baby Miller over there bullying Beans and Toast champions. We gonna get into that.
Yeah, but also shout out to Franchon Cruz DAZN, because I honestly thought.
Hold on, one last thing. I'm gonna say shout out to Karma Sharif, knowing the WBC, they'll make a belt for him. They want those fees badly. Yeah, absolutely. For Jake Paul, they'll make it. They'll definitely try to get him something.
Yeah, he's payday for them,
of course. But
they like their greenbacks.
Yeah, but definitely shout out to Franchon Cruz DAZN though. Although the fight was a little bit of an eyesore, like a real eyesore to watch. Like it was not pretty to watch.
And whose fault was that?
I mean, Cruz DAZN, she fights the way she usually fights. But Shadasia Green though, big.
Yeah.
There you go. That's who I was waiting for. Cause hold on, didn't all you motherfuckers pick her?
Yeah.
I picked her. Yeah. I did say
nigga, I told y'all niggas. That lazy ass broad ain't beating no goddamn that Cruz DAZN, yo.
I was you would think that someone, in a war type fight like this would actually, fight to her potential. I don't know what the fuck she was doing. Like,
sort of should have took the Clarissa Shields fight when they was drawing on Twitter, yo. Mm-hmm. It would have been a bigger fight, and you would have been fighting for belts anyway. So it's just. Now you lost to somebody that Clarissa Shields done beat, Marshall done beat. We expected you to beat. It's where do you go from here? And she came in there out of shape and everything, and let Cruz DAZN fight her whole fight. I was so disappointed. I was just
old girl from Lydia Ray should have definitely had the Afro puffs.
It's like she didn't have rocks and stocks in the Afro. Like, nah, just
no. I'm sorry. Yeah, like she. I don't know if she was just too overconfident of her power because she does punch hard. But
I mean, she is 34, 35, so it's not like it's not like she had a lot of. I mean, even just because she came on the scene, there was not much room for improvement. Clearly.
Yeah. Man, age ain't but a number. Like,
I know. I'm just saying
2-minute rounds.
Boxing too, but I'm just saying, like, I haven't seen improvement since she first kind of came on the scene. I haven't seen any difference.
Nah, I agree with you, cuz I agree. Like, it's the same thing. It's just the opponents got better, so she started not looking as good as before. But the flaws were always there. Too, yeah. I agree.
Well, I mean, she did beat some former champ. I mean, when she did beat a former champion too. So it's like, but it's a shallow pool. Just to be honest, it is a shallow pool.
Yeah, like, see, in women's boxing, you can't just look half-ass or have a hit or miss performance every time out. Like, the pool is already shallow, so you got to be jumping in that motherfucker with cannonballs. Like, you can't just be putting your little toe and wiggling your foot in that motherfucker. Like, this women's boxing, like, y'all got to put that stamp on, especially when the sport as a whole is already popping. And that's the one thing, like, we didn't really get like the great women fights this year like that. Like,
well, I mean, basically it happened early in the year, and after that was it.
Yeah, like it had a spark when it started, and now it's just never mind. But yeah, I'm kind of like, this was supposed to be the last little hurrah for the year, and it kind of fell flat. Like, Cruz DeJean, she pushed the tempo of the fight, landed body shots, went forward, smothered Shorty, had the little Sean Porter approach, which I told y'all she was gonna do. And she was clocking Shorty and looked like she was a stronger fighter, fresher. It's like, I don't know, Shadesha Green got the talent, but that was a disappointing ass performance, yo.
Yeah, it really was. Like, I mean, I was expecting far more, but she fell flat, and I was just like, yeah, and it was also a horrible watch too. It just really was not a good watch.
But see, yo, Karma, it ain't really about the big fights. It's about the effort in these fights. Like, like these niggas ain't putting the effort in. That's what the whole difference between 2019 and 2023. Like, the 2019 fights, niggas was making big fights, but they was fighting big. 2023, these niggas is making big fights, but they fighting small.
Right.
So we ain't getting all these classics like we got in like that November and September and shit.
No, absolutely. But
and Francis and Cruz DeJean has been in good fights before. It's just the Marshall and Shadesha Green, like, they just bad style matchups. Like, they couldn't handle her physicality, so they would try to wrestle with her instead of trying to box her. And you seen how, like, Shields, who else? The other shorty, the man chick,
the man chick was the only one that actually bullied her around. Like,
yeah. So that almost don't count, but I think Corn Zone. Cornejo, yes, thank you. Cornejo was another one that kind of boxed with DeJean, and she didn't make for like an ugly ass fight. They actually had an entertaining scrap. So, it ain't. I don't put it on DeJean. Y'all know she fight like this. Like, y'all study her. Like, we study her. We see how she fight. Like, I can do something about it. This y'all fucking job.
Right.
Like, damn. Like, come on. Like, they ain't giving away belts. Maybe a little bit, but fuck, you gotta fight for it a little bit.
Right. But like I said, shout out to Cruz DeJean because she was a real underdog on the betting line. So just for her to regain part of her title.
Don't even remind me about her betting underdog, because I missed that motherfucker. God damn.
And also, guys, shout out to Ioannis Tellis though for a highlight reel knockout. I mean, a real highlight reel knockout against Levan Navarro. Yeah, that shit was crazy. Like,
but he ain't had a knockout of the night though.
He started
and it was a good scrap too.
He started low-key a string of and it did show me he had some flaws, but he did start a string of a knockout, like a knockout weekend though. He did start that trend.
Yeah.
But he was looking good. That was a B- performance with an A+ knockout. That was a beautiful hook. Yeah, beautiful hook.
Yeah, like,
we had a lot of good knockouts this weekend. I'll say that.
Yeah. Boxing was fucking good, yo. Like boxing kind of hit last Saturday.
Yeah, but overall, Friday, I mean, the Jake Paul card, it was entertaining for what it was. But like I said, the Jake Paul uppercut highlight was just basically for ESPN and all of them to share the clip and everything like that. It served a purpose, just to get people to talk about, because everyone knows if Jake Paul doesn't knock out anybody, his fights ain't worth for them to discuss. So it's like,
Facts.
it all.
He's just not active enough purpose, in the ring.
So it was good, man. So it was. I was not displeased with the car or whatever. It was a good effort. Jake Paul, for whatever reason, as he's obviously probably building more talent in, it's going to be good. His cards will get better, and I think it was his last card for this year. So, it definitely was not a bad card for a Friday night. So yeah, salute to him. So it was dope.